Boys and girls, welcome back to Full-Time MMA. How are we doing? Jake Paul has signed for the PFL. Why? We're about to find out. That's why. We're about to find out. We got a bit of a video from Mr. Jake Paul here. As you can see, he's putting down a chair. Bit of a camera shake. PFL MMA. Replay. In 3 hours. He's fallen off, but without further ado, let's just get into it and find out why he signed for the PFL and what's going to be happening. Ooh, dramatic.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You read the title correctly. I've officially signed as an MMA fighter to the fastest growing sports league in the world.
Ooh.
The PFL.
Is it the fastest growing? Probably, because the UFC's about 50 times bigger than the PFL and Bellator. But I mean, having Jake Paul there, he's a name. He'll get the eyes on the PFL. Maybe that'll push PFL to be like the undisputed second biggest fight league. Bellator's probably it's between Bellator and ONE FC in my opinion. I think ONE FC probably bigger, so maybe ONE FC second. But maybe PFL with the signing of Jake Paul gets the eyes on him will be third. No, the new second, not third. The new second.
Baby.
Ooh. Was that Justin Gaethje then? When it was World Series fighting? That was Brendan. Look name there. Hang on, where is he? That's not him. There he is, Brandon. What a man. I hope he signs to the UFC one day. But the thing is, right, with Jake, I was thinking about this. Logan Paul, his brother, is quite a high-level wrestler. Jake probably wrestled. What they do? Is it at college they wrestle in America? Jake probably did a bit of wrestling there as well. We'll just see what level that's at. What his takedown defense is like, what his kicks are like, because we know his boxing's good. But let's see what his kicks, jiu-jitsu, wrestling's like. He's an MMA fighter now.
I am also a co-founder
of
the new PFL pay-per-view super fight division. The big boss.
So pay-per-view, lads, I can't lie. I've already watched up to like here on Twitter, but you haven't, so that's why we're starting here. Or maybe you have. But the PFL super fight division, I'm guessing that's just like, it's not the most quality opponents, but it's the big money fights, the ones that are going to get the eyes on them. Again, not the best quality, but the ones you'll be watching. That'll be this division, the one that's making the money.
Got around the table. Chairman Don Davis, CEO Peter Murray, Nikisa Badarian needs no explanation, and myself. We came together to launch the PFL pay-per-view super fight division. Now, let me explain. I will be the head of fighter advocacy. And as the head of fighter advocacy, I'm going to use my platform to market PFL fighters and introduce them to my fans worldwide.
Okay,
I personally will
that's
be
a decent
deeply involved
idea.
in making sure that the PFL is the best place in the world for fighters. As you guys know, I've been trying to increase fighter pay for all fighters worldwide. And with the launch of this new PFL Super Fight division, our fighters will be receiving 50% of the revenue.
Okay, that's big. That's 50%. I think that's what it's like in like the major sports in America. In the UFC, I think it's like 18%, which isn't great. But again, you've got to fight to be up there. You've got to put in that effort to be up there. If you're not fighting, putting in the effort, you're not going to get up to the upper echelons and earn the big money. But I mean, it's good what Jake's doing. It's good what he's doing, spreading awareness on an issue in MMA. Maybe some people are gaining respect. I don't like him as a person. I respect him as a fighter, but not as like Jake Paul.
Yes, you heard that correctly. A true 50-50 partnership with fighters.
Of course, right. Hang about. This is on PFL's channel. So, could the UFC sue them? Because you've got like here. What's he doing? He's slapping Dana White. He's now dead. The X's in the eyes indicate that. On the PFL channel, is that allowed? Throwing digs at UFC and Dana White?
To be individuals and even monetize their own sponsorship deals, which, as we know, isn't allowed in the UFC. You have to do what you're told and wear what you're told. And
Well, he's just throwing digs at the UFC pretty much now. This isn't Jake Paul signs with the PFL. This is Jake Paul this is the UFC.
Today is a massive day for star pay-per-view fighters because you have another massive league that is ready to do big business. And I am the first fighter to sign to the new PFL pay-per-view super fight division. And I'm taking this seriously, okay? Yes, I still want to become a world champion in boxing. But as you guys know, I was a wrestler first. And when all of these influencers started boxing and calling people out, if you recall, I said I wanted to do MMA. Roll the clip.
See
Well,
this.
I want it to be an MMA fight.
It's so dope, guys. Look at, yo, fucking, oh!
Okay. But do I remember that? I think I do. Because Americans will wrestle at college, I'm pretty sure. He must have been a decent level. Well, I mean, Logan's probably a lot better because he won like state championships, I'm pretty sure. But Jake must have been a decent little fighter. What, little wrestler? But less. What weight division is he going to compete in? I mean, I know it's a super fight division, but what weight? That's like the real question on everyone's lips.
An MMA match, and you would get dropped faster than Disney dropped me.
It's an MMA match or it's nothing.
And now Jake's begging him for a boxing match, to be fair. So, I mean, I still think Jake would wipe the floor with KSI, but he'd win at MMA as well, probably quite easily,
I've already
Jake.
disrupted boxing, and now it's time to disrupt MMA. I know this is such a tough sport, and it's not going to be easy, but if I could do it in boxing, I could do it in MMA. I'm so dedicated to this that I offered Nate Diaz a 2-fight deal.
Ooh. 2-fight deal.
First, we box. Then 6 months later, we fight MMA
Ooh.
in the PFL Smart Cage.
Ooh. That's so boxing ring first, then in the octagon for the PFL. I think Jake wins boxing, Nate wins MMA. Depends at what weight though, because I don't want Nate fighting at 85 against Jake. That just proves Jake's point, but he'll probably be able to take him down. If it gets to the ground, the jiu-jitsu and Nate's just going to take over. On the feet, I think he can hang with him. So MMA, I have no reason to believe that Jake Paul would have a chance. But boxing's where he has the chance. He's the bigger man. He'll probably outbox him, UD, at the end of the day.
And lay it all on the line. If that's not balls, then I don't know what is. Nate Diaz, I'm down to fight you in your own damn sport. It's a 2-fight deal. Let's make it happen. I love the PFL and everything they stand for. They are the only MMA organization with an in-season sports format. So let me explain. Just like the NFL or the NBA, PFL has a regular season,
I know
playoffs,
this.
and then the championship each year. So if
I mean,
you keep on winning, you keep on advancing.
I mean, you win $1 million if you win like the entire. You get like points for like finishes, decision. I believe if you win by finish, you get 6, and if you win by decision, you get 3 points. That's off the top of my head.
This means the best fighters fight the best fighters every single year.
I mean, the PFL is notoriously known for not having the best level fighters. I mean, you had like Brendan Loughnane got turned down off the Contender Series, and he probably should be in the UFC right now. After he did win his fight in the Contender Series, Dana White called it boring. Didn't sign him. Went to the PFL. Won $1 million this year. So, I mean, it all worked out for him, but it just shows like I wonder. Shane Burgos will be one when he fights in the PFL. If he dominates everyone, that will just show like the skill difference between the UFC and PFL. Because Burgos was like a 10 to 15 ranked fighter for the whole of his UFC career. He was exciting, but he was never like upper echelon. So we'll see when he fights in the PFL what his level's at and what like the level of the PFL's at compared to the UFC.
Which is better for you. I'm bringing you the best fights. That's a big problem in the sport of boxing is everyone's afraid to just make it happen.
Very true.
And
Very
fight
true.
each other and lay it all on the line.
That's where MMA's better.
Fighters gotta go against each other. If you missed the last PFL championship event, then honestly, like you seriously played yourself. It was one of the best events of the year. I also am going to ensure that the PFL is the gold standard in combat sports when it comes to fighter relations and opportunity. We are a fighters first league, and I put that on my mama. This league is full of superstars. Brendan Loughnane.
Yes. Love Brendan. Do love Brendan.
Bobber Wilkinson.
UFC reject. Went on to be a champion in the PFL.
Oliver Aubin Mercier, the
Another UFC reject went on to be a champion
Canadian
in
gangster.
PFL.
Kayla Harrison, Larissa Pacheco. Sadabu C, the fastest kicks in the PFL. The KO artist Ante Dillashaw. Ooh, the PFL's shitting on everybody.
No, it's not. That was the best fighters in the PFL. All the PFL's better than everyone. Jesus Christ. He doesn't actually think this, does he? Conor McGregor. And Paddy Pimblett's bigger than all of them. Paddy Pimblett still, even with the controversial decision, is bigger than all of them. Izzy, John Jones, Ngannou, Hamzat Chimaev, Bob Cafton, all probably the biggest 50 stars in the UFC are all 20 times bigger than every single person he just named. Not probably like the top 200 fighters. Like, Kayla Harrison's the biggest name in the PFL, and she just lost. So, I like the PFL as well, but Jake's just making it out to be much bigger than it actually is.
This league is absolutely the most lit thing in the world! Alright, I need to calm down. But seriously, I'm excited. And not to mention that these champions get $1 million when they win. Join the PFL, baby. My advisor, Nikisa Badarian, is also joining as a co-founder of this new division for the PFL, and I'm pointing him the head of making everyone money. Our goal is simple, and that's to make PFL the biggest MMA organization in the world, all whilst making it the best place for fighters to have a home. There are so many.
It will take so much to overtake the UFC. From what they've done recently, Jake looks like he's crying there. All the UFC have done over the years, it will take so much to overtake them as the biggest fight organization, and I just don't see anyone doing it for ages and ages and ages.
So many amazing people on the PFL team, and so many amazing strategic investors that are going to help make this happen. All in all, I'm so excited for this announcement. I'm so excited to start training MMA for my first MMA fight. This partnership is going to change the way that MMA operates forever. Stay tuned for what's to come. Follow PFL on all social media, and we're about to change the game, baby. Dana?
Jake?
Dana?
Jake?
Dana White is rent-free in Jake Paul's head. I've just got to say that. Dana White is rent-free in Jake Paul's head. Lads, what do we think? Let's have a look at the comments. What are the comments saying? Oh, so people are agreeing with him. Alright, well that doesn't help my point of me reacting to this. No, right, there's no way every comment's been positive. They've been deleting them, surely. But, I mean, fair play to Jake. It's good to see fighters getting paid. But I believe you should work your way up to getting paid, put that effort in, and you're going to be a big star. You see people like Charles Oliveira. You wouldn't have thought he would have got better, but he became one of the best fighters in the world through hard work, effort, and evolving his game. Jake spitting some absolute lies at the end. But lads, that's all I've got to say. Let me know your thoughts down below on Jake Paul. In MMA, how do you think he does? What's your thoughts? Subscribe to the channel, boys and girls. Have a good one. And I'll see you sometime